It's never been easier to make money with crypto every day, and you don't have to be a trader. You don't have to gamble. You don't have to be living in the trenches 24/7. Like literally in front of us on screen right here, there's $15,000 in this sample portfolio, and it's doing right under 10% a month at the current moment. It's doing about 113% per year. And so you can see that passively, this is literally generating me just about $50 per month. And I claimed yesterday on this portfolio because it was the start of the month. The date is January 2nd at the time of recording. So this has been about a day and a half max, but it's been about a day. And you can see that estimated to make $47 a day. And I've already made $55 the first day. Guys, this is something that is very powerful, and you don't have to be a trader. Most traders don't win. This portfolio will outperform 99% of traders. They're gamblers, they're degens. Let's be honest. This is something where you start to transcend the crypto bros, the gamblers, and all that, and you start to actually build your own personal DeFi crypto business. Right here, again, $15,000 of liquidity supplied into what I would consider to be blue chip, somewhat safe assets, right? And you don't have to do it on the most outlandish tokens. People in my comments lately have been saying, hey, this must be a scam. And I'm like, how is this a scam? How is this a scam? You can only lose money by buying assets that can go to shit. Something like Black Hole right here, this one is a lot more high risk and it's paying 98%. Something like Bitcoin and Monad, this one's paying 36%, this one's paying 200%. These are tokens that a lot of people probably already have in their portfolio. So there's not a lot of added risk. But again, guys, the power is not in, a lot of people, they neglect DeFi for two reasons. One, you have the guys that think it's a scam, because, oh, it's too good to be true to be making 113% a year, when it's like, this is a service-based business. And if this stays at 200% APR, it's going to attract more people, which means more TVL, which means more competition, right? The bigger the competition, the less APR it'll start to make. That's why something like Bitcoin right here at 36%, it's only 36% only because there's so much competition. Bitcoin's something that everyone wants to get into, so it's harder to make a lot of APR. Where something like Monad that's newer, 200% is pretty easy. It's pretty easy to farm that out. So over time, as assets mature, like the link right now, it's showing 16%. It's a more like 60 to 70% average. It's just not showing off for the video. He's a shy little guy, right? But something like Zora, this was doing 1,000 to 500, 500% to 1,000% a year for the first month or two that we were really in this in our community. Someone like Kyle, who was rinsing the fuck out of this, what was doing 1,000%. And now it's slowly started to mature down towards more of 100% APR on this. So a lot of people, they neglect DeFi because they think that these APRs mean it's a scam. And it's a good thing to be weary and not be trusting, because a lot of people, there are a lot of scams in the industry. Lots of scams, get rich quick overnight stuff. But I'm not here to tell you you're going to get rich quick. I'm here to tell you we're building a business off of the assets we already own. 113% on this a year. But it doesn't mean it's that black and white. We still have to maintain long-term assets that are going to, most importantly, not go to zero, but we want to stay in range over the long term and rinse this for as long as possible. And again, I have lots of videos on the best way to play DeFi and liquidity pools, and I believe that is to leverage against your spot assets. Lots of other videos in this channel about it, but it's to where you would lend out your assets like Bitcoin, borrow stable coins against them, and use that borrowed capital to plug and play here. It would essentially look like this, where you have some Bitcoin supplied out. Let's say that's the 24,000 right there. You borrow $10,000 against it. And what this does is it lets you maintain 100% exposure to your Bitcoin, whether price is going up, down, sideways, forever. You're sucking liquidity, you're sucking out your equity and putting that to work. And you're paying a 4% a year premium to do this. And as you saw, that 4% a year, that 4% a year is paying us 113% a year. So you're profiting about 110%. You're profiting just about 10% each and every month. And that starts to stack like crazy. As you can see, almost $1,500 per month that we can take this and use that just to buy more Bitcoin. Just to buy more Bitcoin, assets we love long-term, or to compound back into these liquidity pools that are paying us each and every day. The other side of the boat that writes DeFi off would be people that think that this is not good enough. 113% a year is not enough. 60% a year is not enough. Something on Bitcoin like this one, doing 36% a year, that's not enough because they need to get rich overnight. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm not here showing you how to get rich overnight, but I'm here showing you how you can monetize the crypto you already own to get rich for sure and build wealth long term. Say worst case, you're making half this, say you're making 60%, or say you really only were making 35%. That's a lot of money over the long term. You get an extra 30% of your bag every year just for taking the effort and the initiative to learn DeFi and put your assets to work. And you make an extra 30% a year, and you can make up to an extra 113% a year. If you were like a monad maxi, you'd be making an extra 200% a year. I'm not saying do that. That's obviously not financial advice, but it's just showing you that you don't have to be a trader. Guys, I don't look at this. I don't even pull this page up outside of the end of the month. I claim fees. That's why it's reset. It's back at earned $55. In the first day this month of January 2026, congratulations. It's January 2nd. Already made $55 plus the appreciation, right? But I don't want to be a trader. I'm busy on YouTube. I still bartend. I want to live my life, right? And so DeFi does the hard work for me. If it makes an extra $1,500 a month, guys, that might help pay your whole rent. That might help offset your car note insurance. That might help alleviate groceries. Or you can just use it to compound back in the portfolio. Hopefully, this isn't money you need or are depending on to begin with, but it's extra money you've stacked on the side. You've used to buy Bitcoin. You've borrowed against your Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it may be, and you use that borrowed capital to start to scale into pools. And you can see how if you're a bigger player, a bigger whale, you don't need to be a trader taking on crazy risk. You can just put that money to work. If you're making 10% a month and you have 100 grand, that's 10 grand a month. If you're making 10% a month and you have $1 million in your DeFi portfolio, that's $100,000 a month. The game scales. And if you're trying to trade, if you're putting everything on a 20x leverage trade, if you're needing the market to give you something today to make money, or if it goes the other way, you'll lose all your money, I think that's never a good position to be in. I put myself in a position where I win no matter what happens. If the market pumps, those lent out assets will pump to the upside. If the market goes sideways for the next 3 months, 6 months, if it goes sideways for the next year, and we're this extended dead bear market until 2027, I'm fine because I'm making 10% a month. I'm just going to compound my bag and I'll have twice the size of my bag next year at this time. My bag will be twice as big. That's crazy, okay, right? And if the market goes down, I'm still exposed to assets, but I have stable coins on the side that I've stacked through my DeFi income that I can then use to buy that dip. Not to mention the fact that these liquidity pools will keep chugging along and making me money on the way down. And that's what I mean. I've set myself up to where I'm not in this binary, I need price to do this, buy this to make money. I don't care. People in the comments on our live streams are like, how do you really stay unaffected by the downswings? Because I'm still making money. And I'm not staring at it all day. I'm not looking at the charts all freaking day. I have my system set up, very, very wide ranges on a lot of these, right? Especially for the assets that they are. And I just sit back and we just wait. I can wait another 2 weeks and claim. I can claim these today, each day, start to compound it back into more Bitcoin if I want to. I can wait till the end of the month. I can do whatever it is I need to do. And the beautiful thing is that you can structure it exactly how you want. If you wanted Monad in the portfolio, great. If you don't want Monad in there, that's fine. There's other plays for you as well. Right now, I'm just capitalizing on a little bit of the Monad that's going on here. And as people start to see more of these videos of like Monad shining very bright in this, lower volume market, I'd say right now, well, more TVL will come in. And that will start to attract more people, which will then lower the APR. But it's all about longevity, guys. Again, if I was only making 30 to 60% a year, I would still be happy. But taking these positions that are able to make more than that 10%, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And you will out earn 99% of people that are taking on max leverage, that are trying to day trade their way to winning when we already know that, like meme coin traders, for example, they're not profitable. Most day traders, like literally less than 1% are actually profitable, right? So most of the time, you're not going to make money. And I'm just saying, I'm here to win for sure over the long term. If I have a guaranteed $50 coming into me each and every day, I'm not worried. I'm not trying to day trade. If you want to be a trader, take your free $50 and learn with that each and every day, right? If it spits you out $50 every day, take that, trade with that. And then it's risk-free, and then you're able to take risk-free bets. And if you do get good and you're somehow the 1%, you'll make a shit ton of money and you'll have done it risk-free. And if you're not, well, at least you didn't fucking burn the bag, right? Guys, if you have any questions, again, drop them down in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to work one-on-one with me, click that link in the description down below. Book a call with my team, and we'll see if you're a good fit for our private community where we can teach you how to scale up to where you're making, well, let's just say your first $1,000 a month, your first $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. This will only scale with the more capital that you have to deploy and put into your own crypto and DeFi business, right? And it's up to you. It's up to you to actually take the initiative to learn and start to scale and build these systems that will pay you each and every day. If I can click it. That's like every hour, $2 an hour, all day, every day, making $47 a day, making $330 a week, making $1,400 a month, making $17,236.47 a year off of a measly $15,000 deployed. And I don't need the market to do anything. If it sits at the exact same price, that's actually even better for me. It's even better for me. It's going to make my life a lot easier. So guys, again, click the link in my description down below if you want to book a call with me. And if not, I will see you in the next video.